you like proper old work. Proper. I'm not old because you are the youngest old boy I know.
I probably am.
Yeah. And but you don't have to do the road, man, don't you?
I love doing it though. That's what I stopped working, doing a normal job to do this, and I don't intend to stop in it. I love doing it. I think that life is too short. All those little things we all know. And I like to see people laugh. I like to laugh myself. I like to watch other people laugh, and that's it. But I don't like it when I'm cheated out of a game of Jenga by the wind.
Do you remember when I was around at your house once, and we were trying to work out who the funniest person that you'd ever met is, right?
Yeah.
Who the funniest person in the world is?
Yeah.
And the next morning, you came down. I was meditating in your garden.
Yeah.
And you came down, and you went, and I said, "I've got it." And you went, "What?" I said, "The funniest person." I said, "It's me."
Yeah.
I said, "For you, it's you." Because you actually, and I know I do, most of my laughing and most of my getting other people to laugh it's only for me.
Oh, it's always for me. It's always for me. Yeah, it has to be for me first.
I mean, you can't even go into a like sweet shop without something happening.
No, I have to make sure that I'm the person that's happy first. Then you are the happy one, though. You're the happy one.
It's now all right. So I am. Well, again, you can't buy a jar of happy, can you?
No, well,
it's a bit like
you can if you just melted your whole body down and put yourself into jars, and it'd be like Soylent Green. Do you remember that movie?
It's coming real. Do you know there's a company called Soylent?
Right,
for those of you that don't know anything about that movie, just look it up. I'm not going to tell you anymore.
Charlton Heston, great film.
Charlton Heston. If you don't know who he is, he's Charlton Heston.
Yeah,
a fantastic film. And do you know when it's set?
It's set in
2025. It was set last year.
Yeah.
It was set in last year, and there's now a company, if you look it up, called Soylent making basically Soylent, not green yet, not green.
Is it not green yet?
Not yet.
Well,
no.
They say that about matcha. Matcha could be,
It could be, but that's we won't give that away because that's too. Even though it's a very old film, it's a spoiler, right? So
it's a spoiler, yeah.
So you're all the time on the road, right? I know you're all the time on the road.
Yeah.
But how come, right? Because we have had this chat before, right? So you've got like, there's a certain gang, because you've done plenty of telly. You won came second in Small Faces, even though it's New Faces.
Small New Faces.
I know, but I can't help it because I'm looking at your small face. I won Small Dick. Oh no, I didn't. I lost. Thank you. And you won. I mean, it's a long. Again, you got to be 20 plus to know it, really. But you were I feel like you were the first bloke. You were the first. You were the king of the jungle in the right at the beginning of I'm a Celebrity. Get me out of here.
Tony Blackburn won the first one.
So he was the first king of the jungle.
Yeah.
Right. So, but you won the fourth one, right? So when it was all box fresh and there were actual celebrities in there, rather than people you don't know. Right, watch out.
See, no one's playing it. We nearly took it anyway.
Well, I mean, if you were doing a professional Jenga contest, and I'm not sure that even exists as a thing, you probably wouldn't do it. What do you reckon that was?
I know what it was, but I'm not going to tell
you. Do you reckon it was a ghost?
No, I know what it was, but I'm not going to tell you. It was just the wind.
Right. So 40 years of CAC, right? 40 years of CAC, and you've done loads of telly, right? Yeah. And but you've never really been given that. Well, I'm one of them telly blokes, right? No. Which some of the others get.
Yeah.
Why do you reckon that is?
Because
it ain't because you're not talented. Man.
I never really chased it.
I hate to tell you that.
Oh no, I never chased it. I'm not that bothered about it. All I want to do is get up and enjoy what I do. And the little telly that I have done is you go, oh yes.
Well, you've done lots.
Well, yeah, but I still, once again, what you just said, comparatively, it's lots, but everything is comparative. But I don't enjoy telly like I enjoy the live stuff. No. So I don't chase the telly.
Do you prefer, because the live stuff, it's that buzz, it's that you're on your, there is, I mean, for those that don't and haven't done stuff like that, especially stand up, you go out on your own. Yeah. You're on your own and that's it. That once you walk out on that stage, you've got very little time to grab them. Yeah. And if you don't grab them, it's bad.
Yeah, but it is bad, but I've done at times where you don't grab them, but
I have.
But you just get on with it still, and it's still a joy to do. Have you got any lenses in them glasses? That's what I thought.
No.
You should have more tinfoil on that hat.
Well, I know. I said, love. I said, you got your batteries in.
I did hear you. I just reminded you.
Yeah, I know. I do need to tinfoil up. And
that was a ghost, by the way.
It wasn't. It was the lid to my one of those brown things.
Then why did you ask me if it was a ghost?
Well, because I just wanted to see what funny thing you might say.
It was a ghost.
All right. Is that funny?
No, but
don't use it. Don't use that tonight, man. Don't use that. Now, acting, right?
Acting,
because that's something that most people just assume you're a comic, right? Really, but I tell you what, because comedy acting, it ain't easy, right? No. It's what I'd say. It's the hardest form of. That's why comedy movies. There's not as many as there are horror movies that are brilliant, right? Because actually writing it and acting it out is tough, right? It is tough to make people laugh pretending to be someone else, or with other people pretending to be other people as well. It can be tough. Now and actually weirdly, Tim, who's right there holding the camera, I showed him a picture earlier only because I was looking for something. I was looking for that picture of your feet, which we'll get to that in a minute, right? But I showed him a picture of, is it Ray? Who wrote Some Others? Ray,
Raymond Allen.
Raymond Allen, right? Raymond Allen, who I was honoured to meet. No, I'm going to put him back. He hasn't set it up properly. But thank you for being rule master. I mean, there's always someone in there. There's always someone that wants to, I know the rules. So Ray Allen, right?
Yeah.
Right. Just tell us a story, because I've seen you've done 2 tours with Some Others.
Yes.
And I feel it should be a West End and a Broadway show, because it really is that funny. I'm not saying it because it's you, right? Because honestly, I go, I was all right, man.
Yep. And it was a very well constructed play.
It was incredible.
And it wasn't a lot of these live shows of TV, sitcoms from the past. They'd normally get 2 or 3 episodes, put it all together.
Who's goes first?
And just do a compilation thing. Well, they didn't. We had a brand new script using those original characters, as you know.
From Ray. On top. From Ray, put it on top.
Put it on top.
Oh, so I love this. I love the rules. We've got the umpire over there, the vampire. Yeah. Right, so, but, and obviously, it was for my generation, your generation particularly, right? It was beyond a hit. It was up there with 40 Towers. It was one of the sitcoms.
Well, the thing was, 40 Towers, only one series of that. I think it was 8 episodes. With this, there was
there's not a lot.
Three series. But there was only 6 in each episode.
Yeah, so 18. Well done.
And then they had 3 Christmas specials as well.
Well, because obviously little Jessica had to go and see the Queen.
That's exactly.
Right, but and obviously, it became synonymous with what's his name? Michael Crawford. Right?
Well, the strange thing was, it was actually written for Normal Wisdom, and Norman didn't want to do it.
He would have been perfect.
I know, he didn't want to do it. Then guess who they offered it to after that?
John.
They offered it to Ronnie Barker.
He wouldn't have done it.
And Ronnie went, it's not for me.
No.
But
also all the greats.
Norman said it was too stupid for him. That's what he said.
Right. I mean, it was brilliantly stupid.
Also, the theme tune. Do you remember the theme tune?
Yeah, of course.
Right, theme tune is actually Morse code for Some Mothers Do Heaven.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You know that I'm going to have to break that down.
Yep.
Are you sure you're right on that?
Yeah, I'm definitely 100%.
All right.
Yeah.
Right, so I've been blessed to see because you changed. There were some changes in your second run to the first run.
Yeah.
And in the second run, and I'm just going to bring this bit up because I literally was popping myself, and at some points I felt like the only person laughing, not because it wasn't a funny moment.
Yeah.
Because you strung something so much that it goes past being funny for a bit, and then you've got to go that little bit further before everyone goes, it really gets funny as well.
Yeah.
Which was, and I know, because you told me this story about Lauren Hardy.
Yeah.
Getting on the train, and they're in 20 minutes of just trying to get ready for bed.
Yep.
And you did about 3 minutes, and that is a long time.
Is it on the ironing board?
It was the ironing board. It was
a tribute to Lauren Hardy. Who did that episode on one of their specials, and it was just literally the whole episode was getting into bed, bunk beds on a moving train, and it was a work of genius.
Now, but again, it's that simple thing. It's only one target. I mean, putting up an ironing board, everyone's had a bit of a nightmare for a bit.
Yeah.
But literally going, he's still going.
Yeah, I know, it's one of those things you can't believe he's still trying.
And now you've got, right, and by the way, he's here to play Jenga. This isn't some tour thing of trying to sell anything, right? I'm just trying to, Old Boy Television's got actually an old boy that's lived a fairly decently interesting life going on, but because you don't stop, right?
Yeah.
And you got a good bunch of mates that don't stop.
Yeah.
You did just tell us about the. Tell me about the Pratt Pack.
Myself,
the Pratt Pack.
Brian Conley, Shane Ritchie, Bradley Walsh, and we've been on the road last year. We did 25 days last year.
It was quite accidental, wasn't it?
Accidental.
Bradley got a night.
Brad had one night at the Palladium, and he said, I haven't done stand up on my own for like 17 years. I'll phone up the boys, see if anybody's working on it. Thankfully, none of us were working on the night that he said. Do you want to come do the Palladium with us? So we all jumped at the opportunity of that, and it sold out in about a couple of hours. He said, should we do a little tour? So we've got a little tour, sold out in a few hours. We're back on the road in September this year again.
And the tickets are already out?
Yeah, there's still some left, not many.
Right, so I would rush. I mean, literally.
Yeah.
It's basically the Brat, i.e., bit of singing, bit of dancing,
bit of variety. 15-piece big band as well, which is fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, you actually do. You actually say, I wouldn't say it's about a lot of shows, but you do get what it says on the tin. It's a great.
You can't beat a big band either.
No.
Well, you can with a stick or something like
that.
But what's the difference between a wank and an egg?
Oh, don't even go there. I can't even believe you're asking me that.
Go on.
No, I'm not even going to finish it.
Yes, you are. You can finish it. I'm not
going to.
He doesn't know it.
No,
he doesn't know it. It's a one-liner. It's a one-liner. He's a professional comic.
You can't beat an egg, see?
Yeah! You can't beat an egg. On that lovely bang! He was touching it with two hands. You were touching it with two hands.
Ego.
Right.
Full ego.
This is
ego.
Like, share, subscribe. Right?
Ego.
Buy tickets rapidly. There's only a few left for the Pratt Pack.
Ego.
If he does come to a town near you at any point, it's worth the £452.70 for the front row seats. But mind careful because he does tend to dribble and spit quite a lot. Last thing before you do that, right? Because there's a song that you put on before you come on when you do your stand-up.
Before I come
on. Dribble down the chin.
Oh, dribble, yeah, it's a dribble.
That's why I was calling you down. That's why I was phoning you the other day. Dribble down your chin. Yeah. It's the best. I can't play it because of lots of reasons. But look up. I'll put a link to Dribble Down the Chin, the dribble song. Yeah. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to say? Well, do you want to ask me something? 8.5 inches. No.
No, nothing at all. Don't need to. It's all ego.
Do you remember you wouldn't take my question on stage when you were doing Q&A? You were doing Q&A.
Yeah.
Right, and he'd taken other people in the business's questions.
Yeah, but yours was just ego.
I put my hand up and he said, I'm not going to take his question because it will take longer than we've got for the rest of the evening. That's what you said.
Yeah.
And I pulled a sad face. So he went, all right, go on. I just went, oh, it's gone. Sat down again.
Yeah. Ego.
Got the best laugh of the night. Right. This is Snap Jackson, Joe Pasquale. I'm happy and I hope you're happy too. You've been watching Old Boy TV. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your mates.
Leave the ego behind. Leave it behind. You don't need your ego.
Wherever we go, I go.